Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Presidential D&D campaign. It's been a long time since we have posted to channel, long enough that I know most people probably thought that we were not going to be coming back.
It's been way too long, Ben, way too long. I thought we were never coming back, but now, here we are.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even remember where we last left off.
Left off? Have we ever played this game before?
Yeah, it's been about that long. We left off over a year ago with the reboot of the Forgotten Tides of Dunsmith series. Then Malithrex hit a writing block for a very long time, and honestly, we still don't know what happens next in that series. So this is a soft reboot of the channel, I guess.
That makes sense. So what are we playing today?
Yeah, I'm okay with waiting to go back to Dunsmith. What about the Loudwater and Darkon campaign, though? It's been even longer since we have been back to there.
It has been even longer since we have actually played D&D on this channel. That is true. However, for D&D, that will have to wait for a little bit longer still. Today, we are going to be playing a one-shot Call of Cthulhu adventure. It's a pre-written module for the most part, and one that I have been a big fan of for quite a while now. So we are going to be delving into the mansions of madness. Right before we get started, though, an update on the direction of the channel. Our current plan moving forward is to post short 15 to 20-minute sessions on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Also, recently 11 Labs, the site we used to generate these voices on, is now banning most parody voices. And so we are using PlayHT instead. It has some problems and is not quite as refined as 11 Labs, but it has been working well for us, and we have worked hard to generate voices that are at least fairly similar to the ones we had before. We ask you to bear with us as we work through that transition and get the voices back up to the quality that you are expecting. Now, enjoy the show!
In the small town of Gamwell, in the rural area of Massachusetts, there lies the Fitzgerald estate. From the outside, it looks like a rather normal house, though quite larger than the others in the town. Built in a traditional colonial style, with a vibrant garden outside and a thick line of trees providing privacy, it represented the best dreams of American life. However, for this particular house, that dream had been shattered and turned into a nightmare. For Johnny Fitzgerald, the house's first owner who had instructed the design, the dream was shattered when his family was killed by a stranger passing through the town. Arthur Kerwin and his family purchased the home just a few years later, unaware of the dark past. Their dream of idyllic countryside living, if they ever had one, was destroyed when Arthur's eldest son began worshipping devils and all manner of evil spirits. The locals still do not speak of the outcome of that dreadful day. And then in 1920, just a few short years ago, it was purchased by Arthur Cornthwaite. He was a younger man, not older than 33, and had inherited a small fortune from his father. He adventured and explored all over the world, bringing back an assortment of items from his expeditions. And then he vanished. Having just returned home from the jungles of Peru a few weeks prior, he was just about to head on a trip to Europe when he has not been heard of since. The Dodge brothers, a local law firm who represent the estate, have hired a few out-of-town investigators to try to determine the causes behind his disappearance, being far too superstitious to enter the estate themselves. Please silence your cell phones, sit back, and enjoy Chaosium's Mansions of Madness, the Cracked and Crooked Manse.
All right, we start our investigation with the three of you arriving in Gamwell in the early morning of September 24th, 1923. Would you like to introduce your characters?
Okay, hold up for a second here. How do we play this game again? It's been a long time. All I remember is that Georgie plays some guy named Thorn, and we are trying to kill some frog people.
Damn it, Sleepy Joe, how do you remember Thorn now?
That's a fair point, Donald. Joe, you could never remember who that guy was. And now you finally do, but it's only when we're playing a different game. Thorn was in D&D, and this is Call of Cthulhu. You have your character sheet right there in front of you.
Oh yeah, look at that. My name is Joe Biden, though apparently I go by Joey. I am part of the Presidential Investigation Inquisitors. I am from Brooklyn, and before becoming part of this organization, I was just a dock worker. Apparently I have a natural talent for investigative work, though.
Joe, you wouldn't know natural talent if it smacked you in the face. I am playing as Donald Trump, a wealthy socialite with genius-level IQ. So basically, I am just playing as myself. It says here that after the Dunsmith incident, I funded the Presidential Investigation Inquisitors, and we have since become the world's foremost experts on the mythos, all thanks to
A bit
me.
of embellishment there, but that's pretty close. All right, Obama, you are next.
I am playing as Barack Obama. I was a professor at Boston University before joining the Inquisitors after the Dunsmith incident, and I am currently the lead investigator.
Bullshit, why are you the lead investigator? It is my company. There is no way that I'm not also the lead investigator.
Hey, I'm just reading my character sheet. Don't worry, I won't lower my position over your head too much. Sounds like you signed my paychecks after all.
Great. Thanks for introducing yourselves, everyone. All right, so as I mentioned, our adventure today starts with your arrival in Gamwell. It's still early morning, probably around 9 o'clock in the morning. When you enter the town proper, farmland's all that surrounds Gamwell for 40 miles or so. The town itself is tiny, a single paved road going straight through the town, and hardly any buildings are off the main road. You see a small grocery store, a larger stone building that acts as the courthouse, the police station, and the public library. A hardware store, mainly selling farming equipment, a small motel with maybe 4 rooms called the Gamwell Suites, a rickety building housing the Gamwell Gazette, and finally, squashed between 2 houses, a small rickety building with a hand-drawn sign that says Dodge Brothers Law Firm Incorporated.
Right? That's who we're supposed to come and meet. Right, Ben? They hired us for a job?
That's correct. The Dodge brothers hired the Inquisitors to investigate the disappearance of one Arthur Cornthwaite. They didn't include a lot of details in their letter, just that Arthur didn't show up to his scheduled departure a few days ago, and that he was not answering repeated phone calls up to his estate. They also mentioned they had asked the sheriff to look into it, but that the sheriff simply found that Mr. Cornthwaite was not home and must have left earlier than expected.
All right, calling it now, he's dead. The house is haunted, and we are about to do some serious ghost busting.
Probably, yeah. All right, let's talk to Dodge Brothers then.
All right, guys, let me do the talking here. These are my kind of people.
Yeah, right, Joe, these are lawyers. If we let you talk, they are going to run all over us.
Hey, that's not true. Trust me, guys, I got this.
No way. I am going to get us the best deal. It'll be so good that it'll knock your socks off. We're going to have enough money to retire after this job.
Knock it off, Donald. Let's let Joey take this one.
Thanks, Obama.
See, I knew the two of you would team up on me. This is so rigged. All right, just watch as Joe does a terrible job, and I have to step in to save the day.
As you walk into the small law firm, a small bell jingles above the door and 2 men in rather faded suits look up at you, both with similar looks of exhaustion. The family resemblance is quite clear, and it is pretty obvious that these are the Dodge brothers. Hello, how can we help you? Sorry, we are not taking on new clients at the moment, a bit too busy as it is.
Well, you hired us, actually, I think. We are the Presidential Investigation Inquisitors.
What the hell was that, Joe? I told you this was going to happen, Barack. I told you.
Yeah, if you spell it out, it is P.I.I. Definitely not P. Joe. What is the matter with you?
And if you sound that out, how does it sound, guys? Not my fault Donald gave us a stupid name.
I didn't come up with the name. That was Ben's idea. I would have come up with something far better.
Hey, don't put that on me. I gave you a list of like 150 names. Not my fault you chose one of the joke ones.
Wait, you intended for that, Ben? Wow, I didn't know you even had a sense of humor.
I still don't think he has a sense of humor, at least not a good one.
All right, well, the Dodge brothers look up at the 3 of you, rather irritated at the argument, and the brother in front clears his throat. Yes, of course, we had not expected you until later in the week. You traveled quite quickly.
So we didn't have anything better to do, I guess. What did you hire us for then?
To find Arthur Cornthwaite, weren't you listening, Joe? All right, that's enough of this. I'm stepping in. Yeah, we got here as fast as we could. Didn't want the trail to run cold. There wasn't a lot of detail in the letter you sent. Any other information that you have for us?
Well, I think we included just about everything that we know. Mr. Cornthwaite was supposed to leave for Europe Tuesday the 11th. He didn't show up and hasn't been seen since then. We sent the sheriff up there, but he figures that Arthur just left early and without letting us know, as if someone would take a trip without consulting with their attorneys first.
I mean, I think that would be reasonable.
Not when you hit the big leagues, Barack. Always got to bring a lawyer with you everywhere. Did anything strange happen the last time you did see him?
Well, Mr. Cornthwaite has always been a bit peculiar, so I wouldn't say anything too out of the ordinary. The last time we saw him was when he was picking up a delivery of salt. He had ordered nearly 200 pounds of it. We figured he was dealing with a bit of a slug infestation in his garden, perhaps. As he was picking up that order, he asked us to place another order for an additional 600 pounds. We wanted to get some confirmation on that, and were waiting to do so until he was going to depart for Europe.
Yeah, either that or demons.
Why did you want to wait to get confirmation? He placed the order in person, right?
Right? He did, yes. It's just that we thought the 200 pounds would be enough for whatever he was dealing with. We didn't want to order the additional salt unless he was sure that he needed it.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right, is there anything else we should know?
Well, of course, we are hoping and praying that you find him alive and well, or perhaps some indication of where he has gone to. As such, we would ask that you refrain from causing any damage to the house, of course. Mostly, we just want to close this matter as soon as possible to clear up our plates to work on other tasks. You are welcome to stay there if you wish, or the Gamwell Suites probably has a few rooms available. Edith and Hank are quite nice.
And why don't two of you investigate the house?
Oh, well, as we mentioned, we are quite busy, and we don't have the eye for detail that you would have as investigators, of course. They do look a bit nervous.
They're lying then.
Can I try to persuade them to see what's actually going on?
I'll first roll. Yeah, for sure. What's your persuasion?
Well, I haven't missed this part of Call of Cthulhu. My persuasion is a 30.
Damn it, Barack. I should have been the one to try to persuade. You stole my thunder. My persuade is a 68.
I'll give you advantage on the roll, Obama, since Donald is helping out.
That means that I roll an additional D10 and then take the higher of the two, right, Ben?
Yep, that's right.
Hell yeah, this is awesome. I really thought I was going to fail that. My first roll was a 29, then I got a 19 with advantage.
So you're saying it was only because of me that you succeeded. Once again, I am just carrying this party on my back.
Shut up, Donald. He didn't need you.
Good job, Obama. Don't forget to mark that you succeeded on that roll on your character sheet for when we do improvements. All right, the Dodge brothers grudgingly admit that there is a bit more to the story. That house, it just has a bit of a history. Not a good one.
So it's haunted. I told you guys, man, Ben, you are getting too predictable.
Well, just a reminder that this is a pre-written module, so I didn't write it, but I think there's a couple of twists coming up.
You're right. I see right through the whole story. This Cornthwaite guy was messing with ghosts or demons or something. Or they were already there when this guy moved in, so he bought a ton of salt to fend off the ghosts. Ordered a bunch more, but these idiot lawyers didn't actually buy it, and then the ghosts got him. End of story. Good game.
Where do you think his body is then?
I don't know, probably eaten by whatever demons live there.
Well, this should be easy in that case. Just get in, find the body, and return to collect our reward. Why are you complaining about an easy case?
I'm not complaining. I'm using my genius level intellect to dazzle you all with my mental acuity.
Kind of sounds like you're complaining.
I just wish Ben gave us more of a challenge, that's all.
All right, well, the first Dodge brother clears his throat again. Well, the house's previous owner did get involved in some dark voodoo stuff. It was a long time ago. The house was empty for ages. If you are planning on staying in the Gamwell Suites, Edith would know more about it. I'd be careful mentioning it. It's not a pleasant memory. Anyways, we are all a bit superstitious and would prefer not to go to the house. Not that we think there is anything actually wrong with it, just that it gives us the chills.
All right, that makes sense. Should we head up there then?
I kind of think we should rent a room down here and maybe ask Edith about the house a bit more, though.
I got this, guys. I'll just turn on the charm and fast talk our way to finding out exactly what happened here.
Just before you leave, one of the Dodge brothers calls out, "Oh, wait, I have the key to the estate right here. This one opens the front door, and this one unlocks the gate. You can drive right up to the porch, unless the garden's grown too much. Stepping outside, it is still just a little bit before noon. Do you want to head to the Gamwell Suites then?"
First things first, do you guys think that the hardware store has any guns?
I don't think that a gun is going to help against a ghost.
Well, I wouldn't put it past Ben to go changing everything up on us now that I figured it out. Probably turn out to be some sort of secret cult that lives in the basement or something.
While you do that, I might go try to buy some salt from the grocery store. I'm guessing they have a fair amount for preserving foods. Right, Ben?
That's probably right.
All right, well, I'm going to head to the Gamwell Suites to talk to Edith.
Fine, go without me. Watch, it's gonna go poorly.
Shut up, Donald.
All right, first things first, let's go to Donald. As you approach the hardware store, you almost run headlong into the sheriff as he comes pushing out the door. "Hey, watch where you're going."
You watch where you're going. Almost ran me down coming out of there.
The sheriff looks a bit taken aback, which is quickly replaced with a scowl. That kind of attitude can get you in trouble around here. Why are you here? You're not from around these parts?
I don't think that's any of your business.
The safety of everyone around here is my business. We don't like outsiders much, and you're an outsider. So let me ask you again, why are you here, or do you need to get that attitude checked by spending a night in a jail cell?
Fine, whatever. The Dodge brothers hired us to look into Arthur Cornthwaite's disappearance.
The scowl on his face deepens. God damn it! I told those idiots that he just left town? Oh, well, I guess it's their money. Though they'll probably take it out of Cornthwaite's account. You ask me, lawyers are just thieves with fancy college degrees.
All right, I kind of like this guy, actually. Hey, yeah, you looked into it a bit. Yeah, you think he just left town without telling anyone?
He told everyone that he was going to Europe. I figure he just left a bit early.
Is his vehicle missing?
No, his car was still up at the house. But he probably either caught a ride or has two cars. He's richer than God, that man. Never worked a day in his life, neither.
Interesting. You didn't find his body or any signs of a struggle, though?
He scowls even more. If I did, there'd be an investigation, wouldn't there be? I wouldn't just be saying that he left town, would I? Damn you, city folk are right stupid. Stay out of trouble, or we will be having a longer conversation next time. And finish up your work soon. That house is no good. And I don't want strangers poking around in it without supervision. If I hear of any disturbances, you'll be in a jail cell quicker than you can count to 10. The sheriff then walks away towards the courthouse.
Never mind, the guy's just an egotistical narcissist.
Takes one to know one, I guess.
Shut up, Sleepy Joe. All right, Ben, do I get a gun or not?
Walking in, they do have a couple of hunting rifles for sale, as well as a couple of personal handguns. You even find the .45 automatic that you purchased in the last campaign.
I'll buy that one.
Spending shocking $45 and an additional $3 for ammo, you walk out with your pistol. All right, let's head over to Joe at the grocery store. Joe, as you walk in, you notice that it really is a small grocery store. There's just the bare minimum necessities. The shop stands behind a counter, looking a bit tired, but seems to be in a good mood. Hello, how can I help you today? You're just a visitor. Yeah? Just passing through?
Yeah, just here for a few days. Do you sell salt?
The shopkeeper shakes his head. Sorry, I'm all out at the moment. A man named Arthur Cornthwaite bought most of it a few weeks ago, and then just last week, Seb Watkins bought the rest off my hands. Everything else I have is stuff I need for preservation.
Did either say why they were buying so much?
Nope, didn't ask them though. Arthur was a bit of a strange sort, could have been for anything, and Seb runs the largest farm in the area. He lives just up the road. He could have used it for any number of things.
I see, maybe I'll head up there to ask him some questions then. Thank you. We'll be heading out now, but I'm sure I might need to come back for something during my stay.
Of course, hope to be of service. Stay safe out there. All right, let's head over to Obama then. Iraq, you walk into the Gamwell Suites and are greeted by a man probably in his 30s or 40s. Hello there, my name's Hank. You looking for a room?
Yeah, I was hoping to rent a couple for me and my coworkers for the next few days. We are in town helping out the Dodge brothers.
Great. How many rooms would you like then? Each room is $3 a night, $4 if you want breakfast and dinner each day too.
That's a great deal. I don't think I've been able to find a room for less than $10 in the city. We'll take 3 rooms, not quite sure for how long, but can we start with 3 days or so?
Of course, breakfast too then?
Yeah, that'd be great. $36 then?
Yeah, that sounds right. Hank scribbles some notes down onto a piece of paper. So what are the Dodge brothers have you doing down here?
We are looking into a guy who disappeared a little bit ago. Arthur Cornthwaite.
Hank pauses while writing, looking up with a bit of a strained look. I'd appreciate you not mentioning why you're here in front of the missus. It's a bit of a touchy subject.
Touchy subject. Why is that?
Do you want to roll persuasion again?
Told you you would want me there.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to go as well as the last time. Let's see, though. Not great. That's an 81.
Hank grimaces slightly. It's nothing. But I'd appreciate if you could give me your word that you won't bring up why you're here. Lie if you have to.
Damn. Well, okay, yeah, I won't say anything to her.
He nods and finished up writing his notes. Before handing you 3 keys, if you need any laundry done during your stay, just leave it in the hamper outside your door. Breakfast will be served around daybreak and left outside your door until you pick it up. Dinner just after sunset. Times if you get hungry for lunch, the diner a few doors down is pretty good.
Thank you, I appreciate it. All right, taking the keys, I'll go try to find Donald and Joe.
The 3 of you meet back up, sharing what happened on each of your separate journeys. What would you guys like to do next? It's just afternoon by the time that you all meet up again.
Where is Arthur's house again?
The Fitzgerald estate is not too far, but it is a couple of miles outside of town. It lies on just the other side of the Watkins farm.
Why is it called the Fitzgerald estate if this Arthur guy owns it? I thought his last name was Corny something, not Fitzgerald.
I'm guessing that is one of the things that I would have learned if I had succeeded on my persuasion roll. If we need to find out, I guess we can always go to the library or the newspaper. Either one of them might have some more information on the backstory of the town.
All right, let's quit babbling and get on the road. I'm ready to do some ghost busting.
All right, well, let's actually call the session there, and we will pick up tomorrow with you all driving up to the Fitzgerald estate.
We didn't invite anything yet.
We are just trying to figure out what's going on. Seems like a good stopping point for the day.
Yeah, but Joe won't even remember what happened today by our next session.
Yes, I will. I remember literally everything that we just did.
But we aren't starting the next session yet.
Well, even if he doesn't quite remember, we'll start the session with a recap so it shouldn't be a big issue.
All right, well, to all of our viewers, if anyone is watching this one after our long break, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel.
And with that, we will see you all next time.